EUVOICE started out at the very end of 2018, and it was designed between 2017 and 2018, so it took also inspiration from the 2017 European Year of the Cultural Heritage. That's why we chose to work on enhancing integration, social participation, and intercultural communication between third country nationals and EU nationals through volunteering for culture. And this was the main purpose. Our EUVOICE means, in extension, European volunteering and integration through cultural experience. But there were some implied goals, of course, increasing the level of skills of all participants, to build up networks of cooperations, not just among the partners of the project, but also with the associations of citizens and with, when possible, local authorities to work together, each for their own part on the purposes of the project, and to reinforce the sense of belonging to a common space, which is European. Partners are 6 from 5 countries, and 4 of them have piloted until now the activities of training and enhancing volunteering, volunteers for cultural volunteering activities. Here you can see some numbers of those we set as goals at the beginning of our project. Of course, COVID-19 stormed in at a certain moment also in our project, and we had to restructure somehow, which was quite hard. We worked on this almost all along the year 2020, but it did not have just negative effects. We also had to ask for an extension, of course, of the project by 5 months. We had it. But it was also somehow positive, because in our original idea, volunteers were like supporters for culture. In the new version of activities, we had to design and find out, also discussing with the local associations and with the aspirant volunteers, they're now producers, as all of us are, of culture. But this aspect came more to the fore than it was in the original version of the project. So this is the list of the project partners. I am from Cesvot, which is a regional center of services for volunteering organizations in Tuscany. In Italy, there is one in each region. And it was, of course, on a regional scale, but it has a connection with the national organization of services centers for the volunteering. And Coeso is a training provider. United Societies of Balkans mainly works with young volunteers. AMIF Partnership has many kind of local actions. And Volunteering Matters is instead one of the main charities in the UK for promoting and implementing volunteering activities, and is a very specialized partner in communication and dissemination. Our targets were third country nationals of any kind, not just newcomers, but according to the local situation. We may have newcomers, we may have first or second generation already dwelling since a while in the country, and of course EU citizens as well, because the idea was that the groups of trainees and volunteers should be mixed groups to have common goal and common work to develop. Of course, public institution or civil society organization working for culture, this situation again is different according to the country, because in Italy a lot of cultural activities are dealt with by public institutions. Instead, in Ireland or UK can be different. In Greece the situation is different again. So this was also a ground of comparison and very much learning for all of us. And the local communities, last but not least. To date, results. The project will end with August 2021. Our volunteering activities will go until the end of next month. To the present date, we've trained more than 250 volunteers. We had almost 200 of them going on with some volunteering activities. We have several valorization activity, which I would also point out among them, our documentary film. I will post then the link to watch it on YouTube if any of us would like to watch it. I hope so, because it's really concentrates a lot about our project, of its meaning and its activity. National conferences, our international one also will be on July 1st, and communication activities of different kinds. We also have on our website, which you can see on the upper right corner of the slide, 3 publications we developed in the project for volunteers training, for volunteers like mentoring, and for managing in general this kind of a project like a EU project, if one would like to replicate it. What we observed is an increase of, well, competence is a bit restrictive as a term maybe, but actually, first of all, in the volunteers, both third country nationals and EU citizens, we really could observe an increase of relational competences, of self-confidence. We found people who really wanted very much to have a voice somehow, but many times didn't know how to. And this is maybe something that we all have in common as citizens many times. And coming together with a common goal, with a cultural goal, really awakened and made visible this longing, and gave them a ground to put it in practice. Of course, a motivation to participate in the civic life, also going on with volunteering beyond EUVOICE, which was a great achievement, I think. Of course, for many non-local citizens, also in making the language better was an incentive, and it was what happened, because language develops in relation. But in the end, now to us, it seems to be the least of the problems, actually. Technical competencies. Volunteers could practice many competencies they already had, but they had to put aside for some reason, or could learn news. And here we list only some of them, and all of them are connected to the kind of volunteer they chose among those proposed by many associations. Only in Italy, we had 25 proposing to volunteers possible volunteering activities. Host organizations who could host these volunteers from EUVOICE had to acknowledge that they increased their ability to rely on volunteers and to develop activities with them, in relation with them. And at least in Italy, but in all the 4 countries actually, to have a more intercultural look and attitude towards the people they work for and they work with. And the project partners, of course, benefited from this possibility to share and compare how different their context and how similar their contexts are as to the matters of volunteering, and most of all as to the matter of being able to involve all kinds of citizens, and meaning with citizens, all the people that are there to share a public space for some reason, be it for a short or for a long time or for a lifetime, and involve them all to volunteer for cultural activity. This was really a very topical matter for all of us. I'll be short now. Here you have again our website. There you find also the links to our social media profiles, pages on Facebook and Instagram, and all the contacts with the local partners of the project. I'll be glad to answer to any question you may have later. Thank you.